fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh?
Me, Remi red and slants are back. I'm dapper from my shoes to my fancy hat. Fancy slacks, the girls call me Candyman. No fantasies, I'm living in my fancy land. I got nice shirts, spiffy pantalones. Give me a number, I'll call you on my fancy phone. I'm thirsty and like to have a drink with you. Pinky's out because that's the fancy thing to do. It's true, this is my life, I can't pretend. Don't believe me, then go and ask my fancy friends. Don P on the rocks, it can't be hot. I never late, why? Because I got a fancy clock. 1 step, 2 step, dance with me. I don't even try, I even have fancy dreams. I see why people hate my fancy crew. Remember, Pinky's out and you can be fancy too.
Pinky out holding my cup, I'm a fancy man. Pinky out holding her butt, I'm a fancy man. Champagne while I'm getting brain, I'm a fancy man. Accent when you say my name, I'm a fancy man. Pinky out holding my cup, I'm a fancy man. Pinky out holding her butt, I'm a fancy man. Champagne while I'm getting brain, I'm a fancy man. Accent when you say my name, I'm a fancy man. I'm a fancy man, they call me Fancy Pants. When they see me in the club doing my fancy dance. Got Patron in my cup, nah, not today. Tonight I'm sipping on that glass of that Chardonnay. Pardon me, I'm even fancy in my speech. I'm a fancy man, you in between the sheets. Beats knocking got me tapping down my fancy shoes. Need some fancy bitches for all of my fancy dudes. Dimes or dudes, she gotta make sure she impress me. To take my mind off all this fancy investing. Testing, 1, 2, 3, are you listening? Or do I have to hit you with some fancy whistling? So fancy, every weekend the Bahamas. Before I go to bed, I put on my tuxedo pajamas. When I write, I use commas. Got a pet that's a llama. Live in a fancy White House, call me Fancy Obama. Pinky out holding my cup, I'm a fancy man. Pinky out holding her butt, I'm a fancy man. Champagne while I'm getting brain, I'm a fancy man. Accent when you say my name, I'm a fancy man. Pinky out holding my cup, I'm a fancy man. Pinky out holding her butt, I'm a fancy man. Champagne while I'm getting brain, I'm a fancy man. Accent when you say my name, I'm a fancy man.